4 coffees you must drink every day if you're over 60, and 4 deadly ones you should never touch. Coffee has been touted as a miracle beverage for decades. The media lauds it as if it were a gift from heaven, doctors drink it, and it improves your brain. However, 99% of seniors are unaware of this fact. Coffee isn't all made equal. Certain coffees you believe to be healthful may actually be poisoning you covertly. I'm referring to harm that is invisible, odorous, and tasteless. Damage that clogs your arteries without warning, speeds up memory loss by more than 30%, and raises your blood pressure by up to 14 points in just 3 weeks. What's the worst? If you consume the top coffee on our hazard list every day after the age of 60, your chance of a fatal heart attack might rise by more than 40%. Why then? Haven't you heard of this earlier? Because the coffee industry is a $100 billion business that makes money by keeping you addicted, even if it means putting poisons, mold, and chemicals that raise cholesterol into your body. They conceal themselves under terms like natural energy, gourmet, and premium roast. The 4 harmful coffees that could be ruining your health right now will be exposed in this movie, along with the 4 potent coffees that can undo the harm. Our second worst coffee, ranked from healthy to life-altering, and from harmful to life-threatening. It's likely in your kitchen at the moment and is available in practically every store. Tell me in the comments what your favorite coffee is and how many cups you consume each day before we get started. Remember to subscribe to the channel and enable notifications so you don't miss any crucial advice. We read every remark and provide tailored advice for your circumstances. Without further ado, let's begin with the 4th hazard on the list. And believe me, you will be shocked by this one because most seniors believe it to be the safest option. The 4th item is sachets of instant coffee that include additives. The majority of seniors believe that instant coffee is the most convenient and safest choice. Simply rip the packet open, add hot water, and you're done. No wait, no mess. Additionally, the label states natural or low calorie. Here's the startling reality, though. Numerous of these instant coffee packets include unidentified substances that are detrimental to senior health, particularly after the age of 60. Hydrogenated oils, artificial creamers, artificial sweeteners like acesulfame potassium, and preservatives that irritate your gut lining and interfere with your metabolism are frequently found inside that innocent little bag. You believe that morning cup to be healthful. It might be overflowing your system with pro-inflammatory substances, which weaken your kidneys and subtly raise insulin resistance. C-reactive protein, a crucial indicator of inflammation and aging, actually increased by 23% among persons over 60 who regularly drank artificially sweetened or premixed coffee drinks, according to a 2020 study published in Frontiers in Nutrition. Here's a guide to lessen the harm caused by instant coffee sachets. Read the ingredient list first. Avoid it if it contains hydrogenated oil, non-dairy creamer, or any other ingredient with an O that isn't lactose. Use organic freeze-dried instant coffee instead, which is simply dehydrated and pure-brewed coffee. No chemicals, no additives. To improve blood sugar stability, mix it with warm water and a dash of unsweetened almond milk or Ceylon cinnamon. Judith is a 67-year-old Arizonan retired educator. To keep things consistent, she had been consuming 3 sachets of flavored instant coffee daily. Despite following a healthy diet, she gradually began to experience bloating, leg edema, and inconsistent blood sugar readings. Early indicators of kidney strain and fatty liver were discovered by her physician. Her inflammatory markers decreased by 30% in 3 months after she made the transition to clean instant coffee without additives and drank enough water. She also reported having clearer mornings and fewer afternoon crashes. If you believe it to be a terrible thing, just wait till you discover what's concealed in this following coffee variety, which most seniors believe to be gourmet. Third are creamer-based lattes and flavored coffee syrups. Let's talk about the hazelnut syrup you keep next to the coffee pot or the caramel vanilla mocha you purchased at the cafe yesterday. The latter seemed worth the price because it was a wonderful treat. These flavored coffees may taste delicious, but they are among the quickest ways to boost your LDL cholesterol subtly, kill your gut flora, and wreck your blood sugar all in one cup. Propylene glycol, a petroleum-derived solvent, high fructose corn syrup, and artificial flavors that interfere with your brain's satiety signals are among the syrups found in the majority of flavored coffees. They increase your hunger, inflammation, and addiction. In the meantime, the creamers are frequently produced with trans fats, which are prohibited in some nations because of their associations with heart disease, but they nevertheless find their way into flavored coffee products in trace amounts. Seniors who consumed more than 12 grams of added sugar from coffee beverages on a daily basis were 39% more likely to develop metabolic syndrome, which includes high blood pressure, belly obesity, and prediabetes, according to a 2022 study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society. Here's how to safely add flavor to your coffee if you really enjoy it. Always use unsweetened plant-based milk rather than those flavored creamers in the refrigerator, and use ground cinnamon, unsweetened cacao powder, or real vanilla extract, all of which actually lower blood sugar. Introducing Harold, a 74-year-old Michigan engineer who is now retired. He considered it a minor pleasure in retirement, and he enjoyed his vanilla latte from the drive-thru every morning. However, as his waist grew, he required more potent blood pressure medications. Harold switched to black coffee with organic vanilla extract and oat milk when his doctor determined that the cause was the syrups and creamers. After 3 months, he had reduced his blood pressure medication by half, shed 8 pounds, and felt more in control of his desires. Do you still accompany me now? Since the coffee at number 2 on this list is among the most widely available in supermarkets, it is causing seniors to become ill with an invisible foe that is impossible to detect by taste or scent. Coffee made from mass-produced non-organic beans comes in second. The majority of people purchase this type of coffee, which makes it terrifying. It tastes fantastic, smells fresh, and appears normal. However, your coffee is probably tainted with mold toxins, which are invisible, odorless, and tasteless if it originates from large-scale non-organic manufacturers. In particular, we are discussing mycotoxins, which are tiny poisons generated by fungi when coffee beans are being stored, processed, or transported. Because these poisons are heat-stable, they can withstand roasting and wind up in your brew. Additionally, they pose a fatal but covert hazard to seniors over 60, particularly in elderly people with weakened detoxification systems. Mycotoxins have been connected to neurotoxicity, liver inflammation, kidney stress, and mitochondrial malfunction or poor cellular energy. More than 45% of traditional coffee samples from well-known U.S. retail brands had detectable amounts of acrotoxina, a mold-based toxin that has been demonstrated to impair cognitive function and kidney function in mice, even at low doses, according to a 2021 lab investigation published in the Food Control Journal. So, how can this be avoided? Select coffee that has undergone mold and mycotoxin testing and is certified organic. Check the label for third-party lab certifications. Additionally, grind your own coffee and give priority to entire beans. This lessens exposure to batches that have already been ground and left for months. Also, avoid reheating freshly prepared coffee. Repeated heat cycles and inappropriate storage lead to the accumulation of mold toxins. Introducing Rosa, a 69-year-old Florida grandmother. Months had passed since she started feeling strange. Her doctor was unable to determine the source of her persistent weariness, poor sleep, and brain fog. She began using a stainless steel French press and a mold-free organic brand of coffee after reading an article about molded coffee. Her energy levels increased in just 2 weeks. Her memory problems subsided after 8 weeks, and her renal function indicators went from borderline high to normal. And you're mistaken if you believe that's the worst it gets. Please hit the like button so that more elders can view this if you find it eye-opening. The next coffee on this list might be the riskiest one yet, so be sure to subscribe with the bell on. First place, Turkish coffee, French press coffee, or unfiltered coffee. The shocking part comes next. Seniors are particularly at risk from some of the most popular and pure coffee varieties, such as Turkish coffee or French press. They do this by omitting a single, easy step: filtering. Coffee that is made without a paper filter retains a substance known as cafe stol. This substance, which is included in coffee's oily portion, has been demonstrated to significantly increase LDL cholesterol, the kind of cholesterol that causes plaque to form in your arteries and raises your risk of heart attacks and strokes. Furthermore, even with a healthy lifestyle, your arteries are already more susceptible to hardening around the age of 60. A 2020 study that was published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that daily unfiltered coffee consumption increased LDL cholesterol in adults over 60 by an average of 14 milligrams per deciliter in just 3 weeks. This increase was sufficient to place many of them in the high-risk category for cardiovascular disease. Therefore, whether you're boiling your coffee in a pot or using a French press, stop or modify your method. Using a paper filter in a drip coffee maker, pour-over coffee maker, or even a reusable metal cone with a paper liner allows you to still have rich coffee. This eliminates more than 90% of the toxic oils without significantly altering the flavor. Introducing Alan, an Oregon professor who is 72 years old and retired. Taking pride in his family's custom, he made Turkish coffee for many years. Recent cholesterol tests, however, startled him. Despite eating a healthy diet, his LDL increased. In just 5 weeks, his LDL decreased from 148 to 122 after he started drinking filtered pour-over coffee. Alan didn't have to abandon his morning routine, and even his cardiologist was impressed. It's time to change the course of events now that we've discovered the 4 coffee shops that are injuring seniors in silence every day. Because by drinking the appropriate coffee, you can not only prevent the damage, but actually undo it. Perhaps the best-kept secret in natural anti-aging treatment is our first one. Organic light roast coffee with a polyphenol boost comes in at number 4. Because dark roast coffee is bolder and stronger, most people think it's the healthiest. However, that is a misconception. As long as it's organic, the lighter the roast, the better for protecting your joints, heart, and brain beyond age 60. Higher concentrations of chlorogenic acid, a potent antioxidant that lowers inflammation, enhances blood sugar metabolism, and even aids in the liver's breakdown of fat, are found in organic light roast coffee. The extreme heat of darker roasts frequently results in the loss of these chemicals. Additionally, your body requires as much antioxidant assistance as possible after the age of 60, particularly to avoid brain and artery cell damage. Endothelial function, a gauge of how well blood arteries expand and deliver oxygen, improved by 27% in older persons who drank 2 cups of light roast organic coffee every day for 6 weeks, according to a 2022 clinical trial published in Antioxidants. Better circulation, sharper thinking, and a lower chance of stroke result from that. Use purified water to prevent heavy metal contamination and grind your beans right before brewing for optimal results. For added heart protection, brew it through a paper filter. Here's a secret too. Before brewing, add a pinch of ground turmeric or ginger to your grinds. It works in concert with chlorogenic acid to reduce inflammation throughout the body. Introducing Evelyn, a 70-year-old North Carolina yoga instructor. For years, she had been drinking dark roast coffee because she believed it to be more invigorating, but she still experienced occasional brain fog and stiffness in the morning. Her blood pressure decreased by 12 points and the stiffness in her joints subsided after she switched to organic light roast with turmeric. She claims that she feels younger, more lucid, and is like her coffee is finally helping her. You're still doing the dark roast. Await hearing about the memory-boosting effects of the next coffee on this list. The third is coffee made with extract from lion's mane mushrooms. This may seem out of the ordinary, yet it is transforming lives. A medicinal mushroom called lion's mane has been demonstrated to help with memory retention, nerve repair, and brain regeneration, particularly in older persons. When paired with coffee, it becomes a potent brain tonic that shields your neurons from aging-related damage while simultaneously providing you with clean energy. It's not necessary to totally alter your coffee routine. Simply incorporate 500-1000 ml of pure lion's extract into your morning beverage. Better memory, quicker reasoning, and perhaps even defense against dementia-related decline are the outcomes. A 2020 double-blind study in biomedical research found that seniors who took lion's mane extract daily for 12 weeks saw notable increases in cognitive function, particularly in mental clarity and memory recall, and that these gains diminished after stopping the extract. Look just for fruiting body extracts for optimal results. Steer clear of less effective products that employ mycelium on grain. In order to maintain the active ingredients known as urinosines and harrisinones, mix the powder or capsule into hot coffee rather than boiling it. Introducing Thomas, a Colorado retiree who is 68 years old. He became nervous when he began to forget small details like names and directions. Within 2 months, he regained his confidence after adding lion's mane extract to his morning coffee. His wife even noted that his spark had returned, and he passed a memory test with a 20% improvement. Naturally, you want to improve your focus and memory each morning. It's be that lion's mane coffee is the update you were unaware you required. Next up, we'll examine a coffee kind that 97% of seniors are unaware of, but that may actually aid in the removal of harmful waste from the body. Chicory root coffee comes in second. Seniors are rarely informed of this fact. After age 60, your liver becomes your silent powerhouse. It keeps your digestion going, balances hormones, and filters contaminants, but as you age, it slows down. Additionally, some coffee varieties, particularly those high in stimulants, overtax your liver. Chicory root coffee can help with that. Roasted and brewed like coffee, chicory root has no caffeine but is high in inulin, a prebiotic fiber that helps feed good gut flora and aids in liver detoxification. It tastes rich and nutty, nearly like actual coffee, but without the acid reflux, jitters, or crash. This makes it perfect for elderly people with high liver enzymes, sleeplessness, or exhaustion. According to a 2021 study that was published in Nutrition and Metabolism, persons over 60 who consumed 1 cup of chicory root coffee every day for 8 weeks experienced better digestion, less sleep disruptions, and a 29% decrease in ALT and AST levels, 2 important liver enzyme markers. Purchase pre-made chicory coffee blends or roasted chicory root granules from reputable companies to get started. As a soothing routine, brew it exactly like ground coffee and sip it in the evening. If you're cutting back on caffeine, you can even blend it 50-50 with ordinary coffee. Introducing Margaret, a 74-year-old Georgian woman who used to be a nurse. Even with clean food, she had been waking up bloated and groggy for years. Her doctor warned her of early-stage NAFLD because of her increased liver enzymes. Her liver function stabilized, her digestion improved, and she eventually began sleeping through the night after switching to pure chicory root brew for her nightly coffee. Nowadays, the best coffee is one that every senior should have every day for circulation, blood sugar, and long-term health, in addition to taste. The first is cold brew coffee with cinnamon from Ceylon. Despite its trendy sound, this last suggestion is supported by solid scientific evidence. When prepared correctly, cold brew coffee has a smoother flavor, less acidity, and up to 70% less bitterness than hot brewed coffee. Because of this, it is kinder to your enamel, adrenal glands, and stomach lining, all of which are particularly crucial after the age of 60. 1/4 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon, rather than ordinary cashew cinnamon, turns cold brew into a metabolic powerhouse, which is where it becomes a great drink. Active ingredients in Ceylon cinnamon reduce blood sugar, increase insulin sensitivity, and shield arteries from glycation, a type of damage caused by sugar that hastens aging. According to a 2023 study in the Journal of Functional Foods, seniors who drank cold brew with 500 milliliters of Ceylon cinnamon every day for 30 days experienced a 15% decrease in lipids, a 25% improvement in fasting glucose, and a notable decrease in inflammatory markers. Make it by steeping organic coffee grinds in cold water for 12 to 18 hours in the refrigerator. Before drinking, strain it through a paper filter and add a pinch of Ceylon cinnamon. Even without sweeteners, it tastes fantastic and keeps well for up to a week. Introducing Dennis, a 71-year-old Chicago jazz musician. Although he suffered from heartburn and elevated blood sugar, he enjoyed coffee. He experienced no reflux, felt more balanced, and saw a 6-week decline in his fasting glucose from 118 to 92, After he started drinking homemade cold brew with Ceylon cinnamon, he now refers to it as his secret sauce for maintaining his wits. Therefore, this cinnamon cold brew combination may be the most effective and delectable strategy to combat inflammation, exhaustion, or increasing blood pressure. You just witnessed what they have been hiding for decades. The majority of elderly people believe they are improving their health by drinking these harmful beverages every morning, but now that you've learned about the power of the right coffee, you know better. These aren't only improvements. If you act on this knowledge, they can help you regain the vigor you believed was lost forever, protect your memory, and restore circulation. Start by asking yourself, what's in your cup tomorrow morning? Is it gradually destroying you or strengthening you? I want to ask you two questions before you leave. After watching this video, is there one coffee-related habit you've had for years but are now reconsidering? Which of the excellent coffees are you most eager to sample first? Don't be shy, since we read every remark and provide tailored advice for your circumstances. Join the discussion by leaving your responses below. Additionally, keep in mind that your morning routine has the power to either accelerate or slow down aging. It is up to you to decide. Please feel free to ask any questions and leave a remark below. I'm here to offer you wellness and health advice. Remember to enable notifications and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any crucial advice. Thank you for viewing.